Hey guys, it's your boy. Alright, yo. As y'all can tell from the title of the video, we will be rating JoJo parts. Anime only. So we're just gonna do anime only. We're gonna do part 1 to part 6. Listen, some of you might agree, some of you might not. But I'm going to be speaking facts. Listen. Let's get started. We're gonna do from 1 to 6 in that order. Alright boys, we had to change it up a little bit. We had to change this graph. Made it nice and actually I'm gonna change the color too. Hold on. Alright boys, let's get started. Let's get started, right? So starting with part 1, right? I'll say part 1 is out of all parts we currently have, in my opinion, part 1 is last. Now listen, let me explain, boys. So this is just in comparison to the parts we have, right? I feel like part 1 is great. It's not bad. It's good. Especially when I think the things that made part 1 stand out is the introduction to the Speedwagon and all that stuff, organization and stuff like that. Because y'all know what I'm talking about, my JoJo fans. When Speedwagon got introduced, we wanted to suck his. We wanted to, see where everything was going to go, right? Speedwagon is a great character. I feel like Speedwagon is the second best, maybe third best character in part 1. I feel like Jonathan is probably I think Jonathan was a great Joestar. I like the Jonathan. I like Jonathan. I think he was a great Joestar. And I feel like it's so hard because the last bit of JoJo part 1 was great with the boat scene with Dio and how Jonathan hugged his head and all that stuff like that, right? But yeah, I think another great was Zeppeli. What's it, Antonio or something like that? Zeppeli. Everybody know part 1 Zeppeli. Fucking goat, yo. Fucking goat. Part 1 Zeppeli. Fucking goat, man. Yo, he's so goated, man. It's part 1's good. Part 1's good, but I feel like out of every part 1 is definitely, in comparison to what we have now, out of all the parts currently just anime only, I feel like part 1 definitely is the least. Alright, so moving on to part 2. Now part 2 is with Cars, Joseph, Caesar. Yo, okay, so part 2 has one of the, in my opinion, has one of the saddest deaths in the anime. Part 2 has one of the saddest deaths in anime. The way it happened, man. Yo, I tell you guys, part 2 definitely has one of the saddest deaths in anime. If not, at least it has the saddest deaths. It's one of the saddest deaths in JoJo. 100% is one of the saddest deaths in JoJo. I feel like part 2 I feel like part 2, I don't know. It's hard. It's so fucking hard. Oh my gosh. Part two. Ah, JoJo. I'm not gonna lie. JoJo Parts is so good. Like JoJo is good. It's a great anime. It's good as fuck. JoJo's good, yo. It's real good, especially when you know that when Part 7 peak get animated. But guys, JoJo's good. I definitely gotta say Part 2 is. Hmm. I'm gonna put it right here. Listen, I feel like every part after Part 2 is just better. My reasoning is when stands get introduced, guys, it changes the ball game 100%. Um, yeah, it changes a lot. Like I really did. Like I'm not saying these are bad. These are good. These are great, right? But this is just in comparison to the other parts that is already animated. So that being said, you know, I gotta have Part 2 at the second least, you know, on the list. So it's like, it's my dog. But yeah, I think Part 2 got a great villain. Cars and the fuck is his name? Let me see, what the hell was his name? Yeah, I think Part 2 got great villains. You know, Cars, Wamu, what was the other one name? Cars, Wamu, and what the fuck was his name, bro? Yo, you know, Cars, Wamu, and them, they was great, yo. They was cool. They was like when they started to come, like when things started to get towards where they started having the battle with Caesar and Joseph, yo, things started to heat up. Part 2 started to get crazy, especially when, you know, they had to get the antidote and stuff like that. Like Part 2 started to get crazy, dog. Like it's serious. Part 2 seriously started to get crazy. I feel like, oh yeah, and you already know Lisa. Oh my gosh, my boys, my men of culture. You already know. Lisa. I tell you. I tell you. If you're not a fan of Lisa, then what is you doing with your life? What is you doing with your life? Caesar. I think Caesar was. Oh man. Anime only. Caesar probably was the death. I can't even stop. The best Zeppeli. Come on, guys. Caesar. His. Spoiler warning, guys. Spoiler warning. If you haven't seen Part 2, I would skip this. I will 100% skip it. I don't want to spoil you guys, but Caesar death, man. Like I said, that's the death I'm talking about. When we talking about Part 2 deaths, I think that's the saddest, one of the saddest deaths in history, in anime history, or one of the saddest deaths in JoJo. Like anime only. This is anime only. I think Caesar was like one of the best characters. I think Caesar was definitely one of the best characters in JoJo from Part 1 to Part 6. I think he was one of the top 10 characters in JoJo. Counting 1 and 6. I think he's definitely top 10. He's definitely in the top 10. He's great, man. Caesar's, man. If you haven't watched Part 2, go watch Part 2, guys. If you haven't watched Part 2 in a long time, go rewatch it, please. It's good. Caesar's death it hits, man. But yeah, the characters, great characters. You know, great story, great fights. You know, JoJo is good. all parts is really solid, you know. So I definitely say part 2 would be the second worst in comparison to 1 to 6. All right, so part 3. Okay, so all right, I'm a big fan of part 3. I'm a big, huge fan of part 3. But I'm not trying to be super biased here. I think part 3 is goated. I think a lot of people think part 3 is goated, and some people might have problems with part 3, you know, to each their own. But part 3 has some of the best, I'll say, main cast in JoJo. It has one of the best main cast groups in JoJo. Not only is Joseph from part 2 with that cast, but we got Jotaro. So, like, it's pretty good. We got Ponriff. Yeah. Yeah, I think part 3. I think part 3. I'm thinking, cause we got Kakyoin, we got Avdol. Oh yeah, I mean part 3 get crazy. We got Iggy. Oh my gosh! Spoiler alert, boys! If you haven't seen part 3, I'm gonna say this: part 3 has another sad death that is probably one of the saddest deaths in JoJo. Actually, part 3 has a few sad deaths. Part 3 has a few sad deaths, yo. Guys, listen. Part 3 has a few sad deaths. If you haven't watched part 3, definitely watch part 3. JoJo is worth it. Watch part 1 to part 6. Don't skip no parts, please. Please don't skip parts. I know you hear that a lot from JoJo fans, JoJo tards and stuff like that. But guys, really, seriously, don't skip any parts. You don't want to skip parts for JoJo. I mean, you don't really, like, really, honestly, if something is canon, don't skip it. That's an anime rule. Don't skip something that's canon, because even though it might be the most disliked out of the community, you might enjoy it, or there might be certain important things to take and to know from that said arc, that said part, etc. Right? So don't skip anything that's super canon, man. Like, anything that's canon, don't skip. If it's your first time watching, normally I tell you to, even with fillers, don't skip, right? But by all means, if people like, I'm talking about anime in general, guys. If an anime has fillers and it's your first time watching, I would definitely, like, I'm the type of person to watch the fillers, but you can definitely skip the fillers. You can definitely skip fillers in anime. I'm not saying don't skip, but yeah, guys. Jotaro, Kakyoin, Ponriff, Avdol, Joseph, Iggy. You know, it's definitely a good lineup, boys. It's a good lineup, good characters. It was funny, it was fun, action packed, especially towards the end, and throughout their entire adventure. It was just crazy, guys. Part 3 was just good. It was good. I feel like part 3, you really built a connection with the characters, with the main cast. Yeah, I really do. I feel that way. But in comparison to part 4 and part 5 and part 6, I'll say, oh man, this is so hard. This is so hard. Part 3. This is so hard, guys. Oh my gosh. Stardust Crusaders, huh? Okay, I'll say, I'm trying to compare it to part 4 because that's the next part. Part 4, yo, alright. Okay, I'll put part 3. right there, guys. Part 3 is so good. It's so good, guys. It's so good. You know, we got Dio. You just, if you, for all my JoJo fans that watched all the parts, if you know, you know. Part 3 is good. I mean, obviously people have, you know, this type of stuff, these things are subjective. So, you know, I'm not entirely hoping that people agree with me, but I feel like my taste is good. I feel like this is solid. Part 4, I'm gonna say is under part 3. I'm just go out there and say it. Yes, we got Kira and Josuke, and you know, we got a good amount of characters. Even Joseph is in part. God damn, Joseph. Even Joseph is in part 4. So I'll say it got a good. I don't know. Rohan's a good character. Koichi, like, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, they might even be tied for me. They might even be a little tied for me. I'm gonna say, guys, part 4 is not far from part 3. It's not. They're not. All the parts are not really that far from each other, but like part 1 and part 2 is definitely farther from part 4 and part 3 than they are to each other. So, but yeah, guys, I feel like part 4 is good. I feel like it's good. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the characters right now and I'm like, okay, part 4. Okuyasu. Oh man. Okay, part 4 has some good characters, man. Like, so also Josuke is one of my favorite JoJo's, so I could have been biased and put him in, because Josuke, man, I love Josuke. I love his ability, his stand ability. I think it's real cool, really cool. But I'll definitely put it in that order. I mean, maybe part 4. I like part 4 a lot. Maybe we can, you know, maybe we can tie it. Maybe we can, right? I mean, for the sake of the video, I didn't want to like tie certain parts together, but maybe that's like, I don't know. I think that needs to be done. I think we could delete one row. Yeah, I think that needs to be done. Okay, so part 5. Actually, let's delete another row as well. Let's change this. Okay, so, all right, part 5. Easy. I think it's the best part in all of the animes, all of the JoJo parts animated. I feel like it's the best part 100%. 100%. I mean, you know, 100%. 100%. I feel like JoJo Part 5 is the best animated JoJo part. Come on, guys. If you watched part 5, it's so good. So goated. Part 5 is like, it's up there, boys. It's good. Giorno, Mr. Una. Oh man. Koichi, you seen only Koichi a little bit though. Same with Jotaro. If I'm not mistaken, did he make an appearance? I forgot. But Diavolo, Oh man, Bruno. Oh guys, it's so many good characters. Narnsha, I don't even really know how to say his name, but I say Narnsha. You guys know who I'm talking about with the plane. But Ponriff, spoiler alert, Ponriff don't show up to the end, to be honest. But Part 5 has the best characters. Part 5 has the best stands. Part 5 has the best fights. Part 5 is the most fun. Part 5 is Part 5. Part 5 is Part 5. There's so much about Part 5 that's good, you know? But in comparison, I think Part 5 is the best part animated. And yeah, I think it deserved that spot. Part 6. Okay, Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean. Alright, boys. I like Stone Ocean, right? I like Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean. Okay, so with Stone Ocean, right? I feel like, in comparison, I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good. I feel like Stone Ocean is good. I feel like it's a good part. I don't think it's bad necessarily. I think Stone Ocean is, to be honest, I might put, okay. I'm not sure if I should do this. You know, put Stone Ocean at second. Like, Stone Ocean is great. It's great. Like, I like how things was going. Remember, guys, this is completely subjective. So, like, your opinions might be totally different, but I honestly think I honestly think I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what part is better. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys. I have no clue. Okay, so, okay. Alright. So, listen. Like I said, guys, this is anime only, right? I think people might disagree with me right here. People might disagree with me right here. Oh my gosh. This is hard. I'm trying to make a good list, right? Okay, so all right, boys. All right, part 6. I gotta keep it right there. I feel like it's right there. I like Stone Ocean. I love I love all the JoJo parts. I think the JoJo parts are good. I think it's nothing to really say, oh my gosh, this was horrible. You know, it's not horrible. It's good, right? There's nothing that's, oh, it's bad, skip this part. Like, even though, like I said, you shouldn't skip any parts, right? If you really want to sincerely watch the anime, don't skip no fucking parts. But I think part 6 is below part 3 and part 4, 100%. People might disagree. I don't know. I think Stardust Crusaders and Diamond Unbreakable is above Stone Ocean. I really do. I think Stone Ocean is good though. Stone Ocean isn't bad. Just like Phantom Blood isn't bad. Just like Battle Tendency isn't bad, you know? But I think this is like all these are good. These is just in order in comparison to each other. So I think this is actually, guys, all right. So like I said, you can switch these around as well. Like these two are like tied for me. They're really tied for me. It's just so much that happened in part 3 that I can say, oh my gosh, it's worth to be tied with part 4. I really enjoyed part 4. But this is the list. 100% this is the list for me. I think part 5 is the best animated. And yeah, I think this is the list. I think this is the list right here, boys. I think this is the list. Part 5 best. Part 4 and part 3 tied. For me, my opinion. Of course, you guys have your own opinion. Part 6 coming at like right there, you know. It's coming right there at second. You know, in second to, you know, part 4 and part 3. Of course, I got part 5 and S. I feel like part 5 is the best. So, you know, part 2, I feel like part 2 is below Stone Ocean a little bit. Like, you could really argue, like, guys, I'm not even gonna lie, you could probably put Stone Ocean, you could argue Stone Ocean is the least, and you could argue Battle Tendency is in front of Stone Ocean, right? It's all subjective, guys. It's all subjective, but I think this tier list is, I think this is a good tier list. Like I said, people might not agree with me, okay. You know what? I don't give a fuck. You want to know why? Because guess what? Everything that I'm doing for this tier list, all of this is subjective. You know? Like, people might think part 3 is better. Like, this is all how someone feels, you know? But this is just what I think, right? I think these are in order the best to the worst. I'm not saying like the worst, like I said, the worst doesn't mean it's bad, guys. It just means in comparison, I'd rather watch the other ones again than watching Phantom Blood. But yeah, I hope that tier list, if people are new to JoJo, I hope that tier list is helpful for you to get an idea of how good and exciting the later parts are going to be, because it gets better. It definitely 100% gets better, especially once you get to part 5. You're gonna fucking shit your pants and pee everywhere in a hot tub and pool and somersault off a balcony butt ass naked, yelling fucking, I don't know, yelling Gerardo, daddy Gerardo. No, but guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I'll probably do more videos like this. I got Elden Ring videos I gotta do too. I got a few Elden Ring videos I got edited and I just need to post. But you know, I've been busy, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And